Hi everyone, I'm Moody Boo, and if you are new to my channel, thank you for being here. And if you're not new, welcome back. I really appreciate it. I try to post at least twice a week, and the more that my channel grows, the more often I will post each week. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash the bell. Boom. So this is a tag. I have been tagged by Oxa from Sniffing Fragrance, and the original creator of this tag is Claire Smith. So this is a scent memories tag, and it's memorable scent smells, weird smells, medical smells, and whatever, just kind of getting to know me kind of thing. Like, you guys don't know enough about me already, but here we go. So I don't even know how many things there are. It's really just completing a sentence. It's not really questions. So I'm just going to get to it. And there's no perfumes or anything to hold up. And I'm going to tag at the beginning of this, and I don't know who's been tagged. So if you're watching this video and you have a YouTube channel and you enjoy perfumes, consider yourself, bam, tagged. You're it. All right, so the first thing is, the first sentence I'm supposed to complete is, my first scent memory is. Well, they're not all going to be positive scent memories. My first negative one, which is actually my very first scent memory of anything, I was like 2 to 3, maybe 3. And this kid that was jealous of me kind of being the baby in the neighborhood gave me lighter fluid, told me it was water, and I drank it and almost got chemical pneumonia, or I did. There's still some. My mom doesn't really remember how sick I got. I remember that she wouldn't let me throw up. And so I smelled this lighter fluid. Every time I burped, I was so nauseated. I was so sick. And the Poison Control Center told her not to let me throw up. And so she just, you know, threatened me with bodily harm. That's how I was so terrified. I didn't throw up that I recall. And so that's my first real scent memory. It's lighter fluid, and it wasn't pleasant, and I never want to smell that kind of thing again coming off my breath. So, but on the flip side of that, a positive scent memory, and I've talked about one of them before, is my mom's perfume. Usually she wore this perfume called Intimate, or she wore Chanel No. 5. She used to smoke, so she would have had a cigarette, you know, within the last hour, so some of that cigarette smoke was clinging to her sweater. And so that's what I remember is, and she'd always have been chewing some Wrigley Spearmint gum for a while. So there's just a hint of that in the air too. So, you know, the end of the day of Chanel No. 5 or Intimate perfume, the smell of her sweater, a little bit of lingering cigarette smoke, and spearmint gum on her breath. That's one of my first scent memories. And then as a kid, being up in the mountains on when we would go up to our lake cabin, which at that time was just this one room cabin with a corrugated green plastic roof on it that we all slept in. We had multiple bunk beds in there and a wood stove. And so that was our cabin. We did build a bigger one later, but that was my fondest memories, were in that little one room thing. So usually we get to our cabin at, like, on a Friday night, and then first thing in the morning, the butt crack of dawn, we would go up to the mountains and go huckleberry picking. Huckleberrying is what we call it. We'd tailgate on the way up there, which just meant, it's not what you guys call tailgating. We would have my dad's pickup, and we'd all sit on the tailgate. We'd open the tailgate on the back of the pickup and sit on it, and while he'd drive up mountain roads looking for huckleberry patches. And then as soon as he'd find one, we'd just hop off, grab our bags and our bowls and go huckleberrying. And the smell as the day got hot, because we'd be out there for a couple hours at least, just getting all these huckleberries. And it would just, the smell of how the forest would warm up from the morning coolness and the dew on the leaves to where that evaporates with the heat of the day, and the smell of the pines and the huckleberries and the soil. All of that starts rising up from the ground, and it's just a wonderful smell. And then we take all the huckleberries back to the cabin and cook up some huckleberry pancakes for breakfast. And then we jump in the lake. So anyway, yeah, that's my first fondest scent memories. Happiness smells like, and this is the next one. And for me, puppy breath. Oh my God, puppy breath just makes me heady and it makes me stoned. It does my sisters too. I don't know if it does anybody else, but puppy breath makes me extremely happy. And then, of course, it's coming from a puppy. So how is that not happiness? All that wrapped up in this little furry ball. Yeah, that is a happy place for me. And then, of course, the smell of the hot, humid sea air, ocean air, because that means that I am someplace tropical next to the ocean, which is my happy place. And then the next one is love smells like. I gotta keep this clean. To me, love smells like my husband's sweaty skin after a happy ending. It just blows my mind every time, and I just am like, oh, yes. That was PG, right? That was an X. I kept it PG. We're good. And then the next question is, success smells like. See the answer for happiness, and that is what success smells like. Because if I'm happy with the way my husband smells, then there's been some success somewhere at some time. Yeah. The next one is heartbreak or loss smells like. First thing that came to mind is lilies. And maybe that's one, not water lilies, but like calla lilies and the big white lilies, you know, that you see at funerals. And maybe that's why I have an aversion to the note of lilies in most perfumes. Because for one thing, it doesn't smell like water lilies. It smells like funeral lilies. And so that to me is a trigger for me for remembering funerals, is lilies. And another smell to me that kind of triggers in my brain loss or heartbreak is the smell of copper, or coppery smells. Even pennies can make me think of loss or heartbreak, because I don't know about anybody else, but when I am weeping, I mean full blown crying because of a deep emotional or mental pain that I'm going through. Not a physical one, that's different, but the true feeling of loss. I smell copper. I don't know if that's because there's a little bit of blood in tears, and in you know, just the flood of tears going through the back of your throat, on the back of your mouth, down through your nose. I smell copper. It's not strong like blood, but it's like blood light. Vampire beer. That's what it smells like. And the next one I had to think about a little while until I really started thinking about what friendship smells like. Because I was trying to go too, I was adding too much into it. Instead, I just thought, friendship. What happens with friends? For one thing, my friends and I hug a lot when the other one needs it, or just for shits and giggles, because we like hugs. So to me, I feel like friendship smells like shampoo, almost a fruity shampoo, like, women use quite a bit, because I just remember burying my face in my friend's shoulder when I was upset, or vice versa, and smelling her shampoo in her hair. And then sweaters, the smell of sweaters, cashmere, really reminds me of friends too, back to that hug that you're receiving and you're giving. And then a weird one, but it just hit me. It was like, oh my God, this reminds me of friendship. Car air fresheners. Let me explain. When I have needed my bestie to drop everything and come get me, I remember getting in the car and being profoundly aware of the car air freshener and thinking, God, I can't believe they came and got me. Now, I don't know if they feel the same way when I go to get them, because, I love my Yankee Candle car air fresheners. So, and they're strong. So, it may trigger for them thinking of friendship too when I've had to go pick them up for whatever reason. So yeah, friendship smells like car air fresheners. Whatever. Those are my friends. The worst smell is, one is car exhaust. For one thing, because that reminds me that we're still using fossil fuels when we should be looking to cleaner, more environmentally friendly solutions. And car exhaust also means I'm in the city. That is not where my happy place is ever, in the city. It's always going to be the ocean or the woods or the mountains or whatever out in nature. It's just never going to be in the city. So car exhaust. Another one is hormonal BO. Oh, when my boys were teenagers, and I know I suffered from it too when I was a teenager, but when they were teenagers, oh my God, the BO was skin peeling, eye bleeding kind of BO. It was like, you need to go in and take your 5th shower of the day because I can't deal with it. So that's definitely one. The next one is my ideal vacation smells like. Man. Wow. That's a toughie. Damn. Plumeria. Sea salt. Coconut. Mango. Pineapple, lychee, and my husband. Hawaii, duh. One heart. Oh, it was like trying to not put too many notes to answer that question, because Hawaii is absolutely a cacophony of elation-inducing aromas. So whether it's the fruit, the flowers, the ocean, the food, the flora, the fauna, yes, it smells beautiful. My house smells like, that depends. If I've just vacuumed the carpet or rug, our big area rug, where our dog loves to sleep, and I haven't Febrezed it yet, it smells like Bowie. And it's not good. Even though he gets groomed regularly and he smells great. He's not a dog that makes your hands stink when you pet him or anything. He's very clean. But I think that's because he leaves the stink on our carpet. So then I vacuum it. Well, what I do is I Febreze it first, then I vacuum it, and then I Febreze it again. But it doesn't matter. That first Febreze doesn't seem to matter at all, because as soon as I vacuum, it's like, oh, it's dog musk, dog musk, dog musk, until I Febreze again. Oh. So, and that's even after cleaning the carpet, and his stink goes deep into the weave. So yeah, but then after I get the house clean, I don't do burning candles. I have a thing about a fire fear of candles and stuff, and so, but I like them. So I have a lot of candles that I just don't light. I should do one of those diffusers, but then that's something else I'd have to remember to turn off. And I'm just so paranoid that I'll forget and I'll leave new things on. I don't like to add new electronics too much. Batteries are fine, because what's going to happen? The battery dies, it goes out. But when it's a plug-in and I forget and there's heat involved, it scares me. So I don't do anything like that. But my perfumes here, this is the center of our house. We have a very small house. My husband bought this house when he was 20. So it's paid off and everything. But it's small. So this is the center of the house. So, and the way our fan from the bedroom goes and the way our AC goes, pretty much it just wafts whatever I've just sprayed on and just circulates it throughout the house. So my house smells like, you know, whatever food residue was cooked in the last meal, and then whatever perfume I just put on. Boring, but true. The first thing I smell in the morning is whatever animal crawled into my mouth during the middle of the night to take a deep shit, died, rotted, and then that's what I was greeted with when I woke up. So that's what I smell. My own death breath. Till I get in there and brush my shit. And the last thing that I smell before I go into bed is my husband's breath. Of course. From him giving me a kiss goodnight. And the second to the last one is the scent that I love that others usually don't is, well, I wasn't sure if she was talking about a scent in general or a perfume. So I did one of each. And the first one is kimchi. I love the smell and the taste of kimchi. A lot of people do not. It's very spicy, peppery, pickled, a little tart, zingy, kind of a thing. And then it, you know, it depends on what vegetable is in there, whether it's cabbage or bean sprouts or cucumbers or radish or whatever, that adds to that base smell of pickled peppers, kind of a smell. So, oh, I love it. Love kimchi, love kimchi, love kimchi. All forms of kimchi, I love. As I understand it, in Korea, kimchi just means pickled, I think. Something like that. Anyway, I love it all. And then as far as a perfume goes, I'm always stunned at the reviews on Bond No. 9's Coney Island. It is one of my favorite summer perfumes of all time. It's a desert island perfume for me. I love it. And so many people hate it. Really hate it. Some are just like, yeah, it's okay. But a lot of people are just super opposed to it. And I love it. I love Coney Island, Bond No. 9 Coney Island. I really do. So I don't get it, but yeah, different strokes, man. And the last one is I smell like. Wow, that's tough. Because I test perfumes every day, pretty much every day. I'm at least testing 2. That's 4. 2. I smell like a flower child living on the coast that just had all night hot, crazy sex in a bakery with a wood nymph. There you go. All right, so thank you so much, Oxa, for tagging me. I appreciate it. And be sure that all of you that I've tagged out there now, you felt it. You felt that. So you know who you are. No, I'm not going to deal with that excuse. That one either. Nope. You have been tagged. So do the tag, post the vid, and make us happy. And I got my new laptop, my HP Envy, because my last one is scrap metal. And yeah, so good. Yay. I think I'm back to normal again. Well, you know, as normal as I get, which isn't very. So, all right. Well, thank you for being here. And don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. I don't even know what key that is. I'm switching keys. You know, it is what it is. All right. Well, thanks everybody. And I'll see you soon. Use your own nose. Peace.